So what's your philosophy on trigger press? You just press it?
Feeling for the wall, mostly.
You feel for the wall, right? That's what I taught you. I don't know if that's where you got it from. What's your philosophy on that? Go to the wall, right? Fire from the wall.
So, yeah.
I'm starting to. If we were shooting literally 30 days ago, things would be a little different because about 26 days ago, I went out here and changed a lot of the way that I shoot. I felt that the way that I was shooting was very limiting, and I wanted to reach the next level. You go to the wall. There's a lot of clay or mush in that trigger, and then you hit a defined wall of resistance, right? And I said to fire from the wall, right? When the gun resets, while the gun is resetting, you should let off the trigger until it resets and then come back to the wall. If you're able to come straight to the wall again, you don't have to go past the wall and then back onto it, you can just come straight to the wall, that's fine. But that takes a lot of particular practice on your gun. The Glock has the firing pin that springs the firing pin forward, or the firing pin spring that springs the firing pin forward to hit the back of the round, is the same spring that pushes the trigger forward after you press it, okay? So it's actually pretty strong on the reset. You don't really have to consciously move your finger forward. It's more like you just relax it and the trigger pushes your finger forward, okay? Yeah. I'm kind of in the group now where it's like, you just press through all the way. Yes, it's easier to mess it up. It takes practice. You guys can stick with that. But I'm just letting you know that you absolutely can press through all the way. Okay? So I'll do from the wall. Okay? That's fine, right? I'm gonna now just barely touch the trigger and press through all the way. Actually, I gave that middle one high, but the actual advantage. What's up?
I honestly thought all the way was a little bit faster.
It's not necessarily about speed, because I can get the exact same splits because I've tried this multiple times. Whether I'm prep stopping and doing a bill drill 6 shots, my splits are the exact same. So speed doesn't really matter, and the accuracy is the same. It's more about that when I go from one gun to the next, or if I'm shooting a stage and there's other things on my mind, there's less tension in my finger. I'm doing both basically, where it's like my first shot, if it's a hard shot, I'll go to the wall, of course. If it's a long distance, high accurate shot, sure, I'll go to the wall. That's gonna be more accurate in the end. But if I'm really close and I'm ripping shots, it's gonna be better to take the full trigger press. And when you're actually dry firing this, if you do dry fire, your gun should not look like this, right? That's not how your gun should actually look. Even though it seems like it's a good idea because the gun's not moving in the trigger press, your gun should look like this, actually. You see the gun is moving a decent bit? Because when I'm shooting, I'm gripping the shit out of the gun, right? So when I go to dry fire, it makes no sense. That's one of the things, your dry fire should be equal to what you're doing at the range. It makes no sense that in dry fire, I have this like loose ass grip where the gun's floating. Oh, that's not what I'm doing. I'm squeezing the gun in a certain way, and when I'm in dry fire and I'm ripping shots,
that's the exact same mentality that Kobe Bryant had when he was in practice.
Okay.
He played in practice like he would play it was a real game.
There you go, right? Yeah. So it doesn't make sense that if I'm at home and I try and dry fire like this, versus I'm at the range like this, like that, and then I come to the range and I'm wondering why I'm not getting better. It's like, well, my dry fire isn't the same. So if you see, when I'm at home, I'm doing this now. If you look at my gun, you see the gun wiggling. Like, this is how I'm practicing at home now. The gun is moving. So you can practice that at home. Be aggressive on the trigger is essentially what I'm saying, and practice that way. Yeah. That's better.